Let's get right into the video. Today you're going to learn how to make a jelly face cleanser. It's a blood orange jelly face cleanser. Let's go on to the first phase, which is the water phase. First two ingredients we're mixing together. This is the glycerin in the beaker and the xanthan gum in the bowl. This is going to give your cleanser its texture, the jelly texture. So we're going to mix these two items together, and then we're going to place them to the side. Continuing with the water phase, we now have one of our main ingredients, which is the blood orange hydrosol. This is going to give your jelly cleanser a nice, very light fragrance. And now we're going to go on and mix the humectants together with the hydrosol. Our two humectants are Panthenol and Allantoin. All right, so place your water ingredients off to the side and let's go on to the surfactant phase. First up in the surfactant phase is our main surfactant, which is Decyl Glucoside. Both of these surfactants that I'm going to be mixing are derived from coconut oil. As you can see here, the Decyl Glucoside is in the beaker, and now we're adding the Cocamidopropyl Betaine, also known as cocoa betaine, to that Decyl Glucoside, and we're going to mix those two items together. Next up, we're using the blood orange essential oil. And this is going to give the jelly cleanser a nice yellow tint to it, which I think is very pretty. And it also will kind of give you an additional fragrance to your cleanser, which is not overpowering. And of course, citrus is great for cutting oil, so that's why it's always a good one to use for oily skin. And we're back to our water phase. Now we're going to add the water to the gum mix, and we're going to use a mini stick blender to mix it up. You want to add just a little bit of water at a time. You don't want to pour it fully or completely in yet. You will see me do that at a later time. And this is how we're getting the gel texture for the product. Now that that's all mixed up, like in this video here, now we're going to combine the surfactants to the gum mix. Make sure you do not use your mini whisk or any high shear agitation at this point, because you do not want to create a lot of bubbles. So you're just going to go ahead and pour this in here, and then you're going to use like a spoon or spatula of your choice to go ahead and mix up the concoction. So finish blending this up and get ready to add your next ingredient. It is a fruit mix from Formulator Sample Shop, and it contains bilberry, sugarcane, orange and lemon, as well as sugar maple. I'll leave the link down below so you can read up on it. Mix that in very well. And now we're going to be measuring our pH. I had made a citric acid solution, but it turns out I didn't really need it. But it's here just in case you guys do need it. It is 1 gram of citric acid and 10 grams of water to give you a 10% solution. Now go ahead and measure out 1 gram of product with 10 grams of water so you can test the pH of your product. And this is going to be our first test of pH testing this product before we add in our preservative, which is Geogard Ect. We want to make sure that it was in the appropriate range of 3 to 8 pH so that it is more effective in protecting the product. I always like to measure my pH for 2 minutes just to make sure that the numbers don't jump drastically. All right, next now we're going to go ahead and add in our preservative. As I mentioned earlier before, we're using Geogard Ect. This is a naturally derived preservative, so that's why I chose it for those who are interested in it. But you could use others like Lucidol or Liquid Journal Plus or Optifen or Optifen Plus. It's your choice, but just make sure you do your due diligence prior to adding your preservative to your formula. Now we're going to measure the pH again just to make sure that it did not go too high or it did not fall below. And of course, once again, we want to make sure that the pH is balanced so that we can make sure that the product is safe and have at least the shelf life that you desire for your product. Go ahead and stick the probe back in there, mix it up a little bit, and go ahead and test it again. And as I said, I like to hold mine for at least 2 minutes to make sure it's good and it's perfect. I ended up with a pH of 5.4 at roughly about 73.1 degrees Fahrenheit, which is pretty good for just having 2 tests and not having to adjust it with any pH adjuster. All right, now this one was a tough one. That syringe did not want to do what I needed to do. So that's why you guys see me struggling to get it into the syringe. But I found that this is the easiest way and less messy to get the product into your desired container for storage. Remember guys, you must always label your product. That way you can always refer back to it and you know what you made, and don't forget to include your batch number with it. So that way you can always refer back to your notes as far as how you felt about the product, whether you liked it or not, whether you would change some things and things like that. And when you're done, you can always like peel the label off and like stick it to your notes or something, just as a more friendly reminder of that product once it's all done. The question of the day is, what type of product would you like to learn how to make? I would love to hear your ideas. Leave your answers in the comment section below. Congratulations, you have successfully made another product, and I hope that you guys will enjoy it. Thank you for watching. I will be uploading once a week on Wednesdays at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So subscribe and hit that notification bell to be notified of new videos being uploaded. If you enjoyed today's content and you want to watch more, I have left the links here and here, and that way you can have access to those videos and can continue watching. Talk to you guys later. Bye.